Weak glutes can lead to tight hips and hamstrings, lower back and knee problems, and also poor running mechanics as well. So here I'm going to go through some key movement patterns for the glutes to strengthen them that every runner should do. So let's get into it. Right, so first exercise coming up is going to be the band walks and the monster walks as well. This fantastic exercise for us runners, and it's a huge one when it comes to tracking nicely with that knee as we run, and not allowing it to collapse inwards as we're running and lose running form and obviously destroy our running altogether. So if you have got a band, we're going to put it on just above the knee. If you haven't, there will be an exercise in the corner that you can do rather than doing this one. So we're going to start with the feet hip width apart. We're going to come into that nice quarter squat, hands in prayer position, so that scapula and shoulder are down and back in a nice position. Spine is in that neutral position, and then from here just going to push out with the knee, and we're just going to go to one side and then step to the other side. So again, we're stepping out with the knee, and this knee's pushing away as well. So don't allow the knees to collapse inwards, especially when this knee starts to come away. This has a tendency to collapse in on the trailing leg. So we want to push that away and then coming in and just stepping back out. So just keeping it nice and controlled. You really feel the glutes start to fire up nicely. Again, we can do a minute of that twice, and that really gets into the glutes. Next one is going to be the monster walk. So again, we're going to start roughly about hip width apart with the feet, squat pattern. And then from here, we're just going to step out diagonal to the side this time. Again, feel like the knees are coming away from each other. Step back in and then step out. And again, it's that nice strong movement coming from the glutes. You start to feel them firing up, and then we're going to take it back as well. Good, and that'll really strengthen through those hips, so we're running nice and strong. And then we're just going to get into the second exercise now. So the next up is the hip hike. This is really important for us runners, because as we're running, we're going from one leg to the other, and if we haven't got that stability through the pelvis and through the hips, then we're just going to start to do that kind of lateral sort of shift out to the side with the hip that you see some runners doing, or you kind of get that drop as well into the hip, and we want to avoid that so we can run properly and run more efficiently as well. So with this one, we're going to be on a box or a step. So again, nice and tall from the crown of the head, belly button in, engaging the core. You can micro bend this knee here and just keep it kind of in that same position as much as possible. And then from here, we're just going to take this hip down towards the floor, and then we're going to push through this standing leg and then just bring this hip up. And then we're just going to come past neutral. So we're going to come a little bit higher than level hips, and then take it down nice and controlled, nice and slow, and then coming back up. And again, if you want to try and make it harder, you can add a little bit of weight as well here, just to add that little bit more extra effort in there, and obviously do the other side as well. So fantastic movement. Let's get into the next one. So the next one up is going to be the aeroplane. So this is a fantastic exercise for that kind of rotational strength through the hips. So as we run, we're not just going forward, there's a lot of kind of rotation and anti-rotation and torque within the hips, and this is going to help with that rotational strength as well. So from here, we're just going to hold on to this side. And again, we're just going to make sure that this hip, knee and ankle is in alignment. And then from here, we're just going to belly button in, engaging the core, spine nice and neutral. We're just going to hinge down. And then again, from here, we're just going to bring this hip inwards. So it's just coming down towards the ground. And then we're just going to take a nice rotation, hip coming up towards the ceiling, just making sure this knee is staying in line with the toes. It's not collapsing inwards. We want to keep it nice and strong through that leg. And then again, we're just going to bring this hip down now, rotating inwards, and then taking it back up. So this is a nice strong movement. We're going to get into both sides, and that leads us into our final exercise. So now we've worked on those movement patterns, we can really start to get into the hip extension now, where all the power is going to come from. So the last exercise is added the stability and the control through the hips. And now we're going to think about that, propelling ourselves forward and being nice and strong through the hips. So we're going to hit the mat for this one, and it's just going to be the one-legged bridge. So we're just going to set yourself up. So feet roughly about hip width apart, heels close towards the buttocks. spine in that nice neutral position, and then just making sure the hips, knees and ankles are in alignment nice and straight. Relax the head down, relax the shoulders down, palms facing down. Bring one leg up to tabletop, make sure the hips stay nice and level, and then from here you're just going to drive up. Again, we're keeping this core engaged, squeeze through that glute, and then take it down nice and controlled. Take it down. Just before the glutes relax on the floor, bring it back up. So we're not relaxing at the bottom, we're keeping that muscle under tension. We're keeping the hips nice and level, and we're driving through that foot, bringing those hips up towards the ceiling and then taking it back down, nice and controlled. Good, so now you've got all of the exercises you need to become a lot more stronger runner and stronger through the hips as well. In the next video, I'm going to go through a workout that's going to go through all these movement patterns that you can follow along to. So if you're interested in that, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in that next video. Take care.